Hello Viplamates, welcome to EdViplav IAS. In this video, we analyze about labor codes which were brought in 2020. Let us see various issues involved in the labor codes. What you will learn in this video. What are the labor codes of 2020? What are its significance? And there is a criticism about the labor codes, but how far it holds true, and we will analyze critically. These are the aspects which we will learn after watching full video. These are the news extracts regarding the labor codes. Parliament passed the bills, and these are the pictures of Parliament. And there was boycott also. There was protest. Let us see why there was protest regarding labor codes. These are the three labor codes which were brought in by the Union government. One is Industrial Relations Code, second one Social Security Code, and Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions. So simply industry side and safety side, social security side. These are the three aspects from the code. Let us see the significance of this code. It is much awaited labor reform. Since independence, so many laws were created for the benefit of workers. India followed socialistic principles after independence. This ideological leaning towards socialism led to creation of many laws regarding the rights of workers and duties of the employers. So over a period of time, it has created too many laws on the same subjects, that is related to labor. So related to pension, provident fund, maternity benefits, leaves, etc. So many things are there in managing a company or factory. So while managing a factory, the labor related aspects have to be dealt legally. So many laws were created. It has created a confusion in the economy. Over a period of time, by 1991, India could not grow properly, and it has led to balance of payment crisis. So that was the situation why labor reforms were expected, and labor reforms were always in the plate for any kind of government after 1991. So the time has come for that. In 2020, three labor codes were passed, and this also we explained. And it also created a poor performance in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index. Naturally, for doing business, when there are so many laws, it is very difficult for the entrepreneur to invest and run a business successfully. Some laws can be repealed, some are repetitive in nature, some can be amalgamated into a single law, so that multiple laws need not to be there for different purposes. So that's why, in order to solve all the above problems, these codes came into being. So these are the issues which are solved here. They are simplifying and rationalizing the labor laws, and they have amalgamated many laws into single code, so that many laws need not to be there. A single uniform code can cover so many issues. So like that, three important labor codes were brought into picture in recent Parliament. It also has given freedom from the constraints for employers. So this is expected that it would give impetus to the economic activity, and it will provide more employment in future. And it also gives a social security cover for employees. This is the aspect where some of the protest erupted, because the rights of workers were taken away and they were pushed to the mercy of employers. So we will see how the rights were given to the employees and what kind of flexibility given to the employees. First we will see what is the criticism. Then we will see how far it is holding true and how it should be handled. Almost all major trade unions opposed the new codes. The first major aspect was hasty in nature. Because this is such an important law, since independence, the accumulated burden has to be cleared. It needs to be de de debated and proper deliberations should take place. And also these body of legislations contains a large number of legalities. So when such a law is involved, there has to be a deliberation and discussion by involving all the stakeholders. Further, sufficient time and opportunity has to be given. But the stakeholders feel it was passed in hasty without consulting and giving sufficient time and opportunity to discuss and debate and deliberate all the issues involved in it. And it is also felt that it should have been sent to standing committee scrutiny so that they would have scrutinized properly. If there is any issue, they would have suggested to the parliament. So these are the concerns. That's why it was considered this law, such an important law, was passed in a hasty manner. This is one of the criticism. It can be taken into consideration because in democracy, deliberations is very important. No law should be pushed. No law should be pushed onto people without their acceptance. Otherwise, there is no meaning for democratic form of government. So in democracy, in parliamentary democracy, it is one of the most crucial feature of democracy. It has to be followed. People should not feel they are bypassed or they were not given sufficient time. The second aspect is executive discretion. This law involves certain features where the legislation do not give clarity. It gives executive the discretion to decide based on case-to-case basis when the time arises, when the time needed. So it involves excessive delegation of rule-making power in future. So it is feared that it may lead to arbitrariness. This is regarding layoffs, the lives of employees, various social security schemes rise by the executive order. Okay, so safety standards can be changed with executive orders. When such an important issues are involved, executive proper direction should be given to the executive. Otherwise, it will lead to arbitrariness and it will give confusion in the society. At least in the legislation, clear direction guidelines should be provided to the executive. So this is one another issue involved in this criticism. There is also another, and considering all these, it was given to both state and central government that wide range of powers are given against the interest of workers. This is the criticism from various trade unions. Now let us see. This is another contentious issue in the criticism. There are some easy norms for hire and firing workers. There are some easy norms for closing the factories so that timelines can be reduced and employers need not to incur losses when business is not running successfully. And regarding strike rights also, at least 14 days notice should be given to the employer so that smooth economic activity can be taken place in those 14 days and proper arrangements can be made. So trade unions feel that it is their right to raise voice against any injustice. If such kind of law or legislation is there, means it is curtailing their right against injustice and to raise voice against the injustice. So they say that it gives greater freedom for the termination and exit decisions. So all these criticisms are all these criticisms are saying that the law favors employers or entrepreneurs, industrialists, not the employees. Employers are benefiting out of this code at the cost of employees. Now we will see one by one. Let us analyze what kind of benefits entrepreneurs are getting, what kind of benefits employees are getting. First of all, this labor reform is in the play for across the political spectrum. Whoever comes to power, they were trying to bring certain reforms in the labor areas, because to implement various schemes, growth is important. Growth comes when industries flourish. For industries to flourish, labor reform has to be there. This is accepted, and across the political spectrum they felt that reforms needs to be there, but it has to taken care of all the stakeholders. That is the only area how it differs from one political party to the another political party. And in the long back in 2002 itself, there was a report to bring these kind of reforms to consolidate the labor codes. That report was Second National Commission on Labor. So the present government felt it is the need of the hour. The code gives both flexibility to both employers and employees, so that both areas can be solved. Periodic labor force survey also says that many employees in non-agriculture sector do not have written contract and they do not have social security cover. The code brings these areas into ambit, and it is providing social security cover to the employees in these non-agriculture sector and other areas where social security cover is not involved. Let us see the working conditions. The law gives certain directions to the employers regarding working conditions as well. It says no more than 8 hours a day or more than 6 days a week should be there. So it is employee right not to work beyond 6 days a week and more than 8 hours a day. Women with consent can work before 8 a.m. and beyond 7 p.m. as well. It is women related to women right. And it also says any factory beyond employees 300, more than 300 employees, require to give proper working conditions related to number of working hours, related to holidays, pay days, etc. So it was not there earlier. Now this code brings into picture. It also includes social security cover. Earlier, many social security acts like maternity benefit, provident fund, pension fund. Now all these are combined into single thing. Now universal code comes, and single legal legislation deals with all these issues. And it also includes gig economy workers, platform workers, and agriculture workers. For the first time, agriculture workers are also brought into the gambit. Earlier, gratuity payment from continuous service of 5 years was there. Now it was reduced to 1 year. So even if an employee work for 1 year, he or she gets gratuity payment. Earlier, he or she are required to at least work 5 years to get this gratuity payment. So these are the employee rights and social security measures. And these are the issues. So we have seen the kind of criticism and what are the provisions really there in the labor codes. Or anything, if there is any arbitrariness in the legislation, executive must work in the true spirit of the legislation. If true spirit of the law is followed, most of the problems can be solved. But any reform which requires 21st century needs need to be welcomed. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel at Viplav IAS. Thank you.